Hey, how's it going out there? Today, let's go over some different ways you can manage your user data on your Garmin unit. As you go along, you're going to be marking waypoints and routes and things like that, and you don't want to lose that data if something happens. So let's go ahead and get into this video and show you a couple of different options how you can save and back up your user data. All right, so we had a recent question about how to save and manage our waypoints. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a clean memory card. Remember, it's got to be 32 gigabytes or less. Anything larger and the format is different. So we'll go ahead and pull our active captain card out. And we're going to get a warning, and I'm going to set that over to this side. Press OK. Now, as soon as you plug that card in, this comes up. Memory card 1, there's nothing on it. So you can copy your built-in map, which is in your unit, if you don't have a separate map. And you can manage your user data, or from here, if you need to create an active captain card, this is where you do it. Go ahead, create active captain card. So if you ever lose your card or it goes bad, just buy a new card, put it in there, and you can create it right there. But for today, we're going to manage user data. And we're going to save to card. Now, if I had something on this card that I downloaded from, say, Google Earth Pro or something, I could merge it from the card onto there. So let's go ahead and save the card and add a file name, and we'll call it Rick. All right, there we go. It's got everything transferred over to this card. Let's go ahead, take that card out, save it over here, because you may end up putting the wrong card back in. I've done that. Plug that one back in, and you're back to normal. So let's go ahead and go inside and see what this looks like. All right, so back inside, let's go ahead and plug our SD card in to the computer. And there it is. And you'll see it's got a folder in it called Garmin. So let's open that up. And we have what's called the user data that we went over a little bit ago. And you can see that's a GPX file. And we called it Rick. Now we also have our 4 maps files that we copied over, and like I say, that took about an hour and a half to copy those over. So if you're not going to use Garmin Homeport, I'd suggest you don't do it. For the purposes of this video, let's take a look at our user data. Now, I have Garmin Homeport installed on my computer, so if I double click on this, I'm going to automatically open up Homeport. And this is my home lake. And you can see I have hundreds of waypoints, and they're all over here. And you can hit the settings button here, and you can sort by the name, the symbol, all that stuff. So we can go descending. Lake Welsh, that was a cute little lake over in East Texas. So as you can see, everything transferred over. I've got all my active tracks and my waypoints. It all transferred over. Now, like I said, at the time of this video, Homeport is obsolete and it may not be available. Let's go ahead and transfer this off of our card over onto our computer. So what I'm going to do, I've already got it. I'm showing my E drive here, or my SD card. And I'm going to go ahead and just do a copy, open up my Google Earth Pro coordinates file, and let's go ahead and paste that in. All right. So from there, I can go ahead and just eject my SD card. All right, so now that we have our file safe over here, and if it gets corrupted, we can always go back to our SD card and get a fresh copy of it. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to use Garmin Basecamp because I want to show you what you can do in order to transfer partial waypoints. If you're going on a trip with your buddy and you want to copy some of your waypoints over, but you don't want to give him everything, you could put it on an SD card and plug it into his chart plot. So Garmin Basecamp is available again for free. Now the problem with Basecamp is, as you can see, you cannot overlay your maps, or I haven't figured out a way to overlay your contours onto it yet. But for transferring data, it works pretty good. So you can go ahead from File Explorer. You can just drag and drop this GPX file right into My Collection. And there's all your waypoints. And you can see there's one of my waypoints on Lake Fork. So what I want to do is go into My Collection and I want to add a folder to it. So New List folder, and we'll call it Lake Welsh. So if I scroll down here, and I can click my first waypoint, and then hold down the Shift key, and that's all of my Lake Welsh waypoints. And I can send those to my Lake Welsh folder and create a new list, and we'll just call it Welsh. There we go. Now, what I can do with that is I can highlight it up here, and then File, Export, and export it back to my Google Earth Pro coordinates. And there it is. Okay, so just to take a look at Lake Welsh, let's go ahead and open it. And of course mine will automatically open in home port. And I do have my SD card plugged back in so that I have my maps and I can see my contours. Remember, without your SD card plugged in, you don't get your contour maps and you can't just transfer those over to your computer. So as you can see, I got a few waypoints on this little lake. I spent a little bit of time on it. And if you look at these, let's zoom in on that a little bit. See these here that don't have any icons? What that is that the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, actually on this lake, they take the old Christmas trees and they drop and make brush piles. And they put those coordinates out on the website and you can download them for free. Now these icons like this tree and these stumps, those are things that I found. And I went ahead and put icons on them. And if you want to convert it to a Kml file, you can go GPX to Kml. And again, I am not endorsing this particular website, but it has worked really good for me in the past. And choose your file. We're going to convert the Welsh file to a Kml. And we'll download that. Now if we go to our downloads, got that file, we can copy that and paste it in here. And then you've got both a GPX file and a KML file, because your buddy may have a different type of a fish finder that doesn't take a GPX like the Garmin units. So there you have both of them, and you can drop either or both those on an SD card and take off and get on his boat, plug them in, and you got a few waypoints. So there you go. All right, so I hope you found this data useful. And remember, just because the maps came on your unit and you bought them, you really can't do a lot more with them outside of Garmin. So don't go, trying to copy the maps on your computer and email them to your buddies and things like that. I don't think it's going to work. But anyway, if you did find this video useful, hey, if you'd hit that subscribe, give it a like, and turn on the notifications so you can see all my videos, that'd be great. And for a way to break down a lake and the tools you can use, here's a really good video for doing that. So until next time, guys, keep calm and hook 'em, and we'll see you on the next one.